So, good evening and welcome to our second Big Bash quiz. Today we have Phil Wilson and Sam Catterall representing the Untouchables in Spanish, and Fletch and Student Jack trying to save the grace of students, representing Tesco Value. Thank you very much, boys, for offering your time to do this, and hopefully we have a bit of fun doing it. Sam, you have been drawn out the hat first for the first round of the quiz. So can you pick a number between 1 and 8, please?
4.
Did you say a number then? Because I've lost
4.
you. 4. Ooh. Question number 4 then, or set number 4. First question. What is the Scoville scale used to measure?
How spicy chilies are.
Ooh. Correct. According to legend, who was King Arthur's wife?
No idea.
Which majestic mountain range would you find in Switzerland?
The Alps.
Correct. What has to happen for a vampire to enter the home of the living?
Be stabbed in the heart by a stake, or is that to kill him?
Might be to kill him. Not quite correct. That would be they have to be invited in. Which spooky TV series has an alternate universe called the Upside Down?
No idea.
What is the name of the group that Justin Timberlake used to be a part of?
Oh, UB40.
Not quite. It was In Sync. And what does BBC stand for?
The British Broadcasting Corporation.
Is correct. You had 2 passes there, Sam. The first of which was the legend King Arthur's wife was Guinevere, and the TV series of the alternate universe was called The Upside Down, was called Stranger Things. So
I've never watched it.
No, I can't say I have either. It just came up on the quick question. So that gives you, a bit like the other night actually, that gives you a total of 3 out of 7. Next up, we have Phil Wilson. Phil, you have your very own set of questions because you're a cheat and don't get a chance to have a look at them. So starting off on number 1. What is the largest country in the world by area?
America.
Incorrect. It's Russia. Name the composer behind the soundtracks of The Lion King, Inception, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pass.
How many elements to the nearest 10 are in the periodic table?
83.
I was to the nearest 10, but it was 120. It's 118 to 120. At which venue is the British Grand Prix held?
Silverstone.
Which film was the first to be recognised as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Pass.
Gordon Sumner is the real name of which famous British musician?
Suggs.
Sting. And what colour are the seats in the House of Commons?
Green.
Green is correct. 2 passes there. Hans Zimmer is the composer, and Iron Man is the first film in the Marvel. And that gives us, Phil, a score of 2 out of 7.
Better than Parnell now?
Parnell got 3 in his first round. So you have got some catching up to do. Next up, we have Captain Fantastic Fletch.
Yo.
Fletch impersonating Peely, we like it. Fletch, can you pick a number between 1 and 8 that isn't number 4, please?
5.
5. Fab. Are we ready?
Yep.
How many make a baker's dozen?
13.
Correct. Who wrote The Handmaid's Tale?
Dickens.
Margaret Atwood.
Oh, she's like Dickens.
She looks like him. Who is Ashton Kutcher married to?
The fit one out of Mila Kunis.
Correct. Who are you talking to there, Fletch, by the way? Just looking over your
I'm
shoulder.
not talking to anyone. I just live by myself, mate. Jesus Christ.
Where are we? Complete the well-known phrase. A leopard never changes its...
Spots.
What is the capital of Sweden?
Gothenburg.
It's Stockholm.
Oh, fudge.
Who was the president of the United States before Donald Trump?
Barack Obama.
Correct. And who painted the water lilies?
Money.
Is correct. Storming ahead. Fletch giving you a total of 5 out of 7 for that round with no passes. So, moving on, we have Jack Rye. You're on mute.
Yeah.
Right, I know how students do struggle with this. First question for you is, can you pick a number between 1 and 8? It can't be 4 or 5.
2.
2, well done. Already better than Parnell. Number 2. So, first question for Jack. What type of nut is in the middle of a Ferrero Rocher?
Hazelnut.
That's correct. In which franchise would you find the character Katniss Everdeen?
Hunger Games.
Is correct. Who plays Emily in the hit Netflix series Emily in Paris?
Pass.
Who wrote The Jungle Book?
Rudyard Kipling.
That's correct. Which French town is known for its mustard?
Dijon.
Correct. Who played Edward Cullen in the Twilight franchise?
Robert Pattinson.
Correct. Which smart-mouthed mercenary did Ryan Reynolds bring to the big screen in 2016?
Oh no, sorry. Can't take that back. It's Deadpool.
To be fair, mate, I didn't hear the first one. I will say something there. So I have to take Deadpool as your answer. And it is correct. We had one pass there, and it was Lily Collins, who plays Emily in the hit Netflix series Emily in Paris. I won't have a clue about that. But that gives Jack Rye a total of 6 points after round 1. Tesco Value have brought in the brain boxes today. The Untouchables, I'm not so sure. So we will go in reverse order for the next round, and we are onto our specialist subjects. Now, the specialist subjects vary somewhat today. We have the film Hot Fuzz, we have Big Bash teammates, we have capital cities, and we have Baildon Rugby Club in the 21st century. Now, Phil's been researching all about Baildon in the 21st century, and he needs it because he is trailing the behind on 2. So, Phil, your first question on Baildon Rugby Club. Which former Baildon captain played his last first-team game for the club against Harrogate Pythons away only a few short seasons ago?
Oh. Johnny Picking.
It's James Dawson. Which current player...
Was he on the pitch or was he playing?
He was on the team sheet.
All right.
Which current Baildon player made his debut in 2014 against Northallerton at home? He started on the bench alongside club legend Tom Massey and fellow front row forward of Tom's, Jamie Mitchell.
Could you repeat that question, please?
Which current Baildon player who made first team appearances for the club last year made his debut in 2014 against Northallerton at home? He started on the bench alongside Tom Massey and Jamie Mitchell.
Pass.
Which former Baildon player and all-round legend has 3 metal plates in his body due to injury sustained playing for the club in both his wrists and more recently his ankle?
One of the wrists was my fault, apparently, and the ankle
It was definitely your fault.
was horrible. It wasn't my fault, it was no ankle, but it was your fault. I actually saw the ankle, so I was with the secretary that day. Dave Hemming. Yeah.
Dave Hemming is correct, yeah. Baildon last got promoted in 2012-2013, finishing second in the league that year, just like this year. But who went up as champions of Yorkshire 3?
Oh.
Was in that big bind you were reading earlier.
Oh no. Mine's gone blank. Oh. Went up as champions. Ghoul.
Incorrect, it was Aldridge Worthians. The following season, in Baildon's last foray into Yorkshire 2, we finished last. But to the nearest 100, can you tell us what our points difference was?
600.
Plus 600
No.
is incorrect. It was actually minus 800. Conceded 1,000 points that year. Which current Baildon member made his debut for the club in 1998 after joining from Otley Ensians and played his last game almost 2 decades later against Leeds Medics?
Andy Pollard.
Is correct. Baildon lost to Roundhegians 34-0 the week before Twickenham in 2012. In 2013, in fact, sorry. But who made his only ever Baildon first team appearance for Baildon that game at fly half?
His only ever first team appearance ever.
His only ever first team appearance and his only ever competitive appearance for Baildon.
Against Roundhegians in
2012. It was the week before we played Twickenham.
Oh.
This one
Senior Dogs.
is correct. Trivia for that one: he tried to crossfield kick to me on the wing that game, and I got buried by a 6'4" second row.
Good.
The first game Baildon played in the 21st century was in which league?
Yorkshire. Three.
Is incorrect. It was Yorkshire 4. And it was against a team that I couldn't even remember the name of or recognise the name of. Englitorians or something like that.
What? Were you looking up?
On the RFU website. According to the RFU website is all I'm going for. And I'm
Are you sure you didn't put Basildon rather than Baildon when you were looking at that one?
100% sure. I will send you the screenshot later, but 100% sure. We're not arguing, otherwise we'll knock more points off, and you can't really afford that at the moment. So we had one pass, and the current Baildon player who made his debut in 2014 was Harrison Strauss.
Ah.
And that gives you, Phil, a total of 3 points for the round and 5 altogether in what possibly was the slowest Mastermind round of all time. We now have Sam Catterall, whose chosen subject is capital cities. And as Tom Parnell found out the other night, it's not quite as simple as me listing off countries and you telling me the capital cities. But which capital city is home to a brewery that's famed for its beers, Hells, Pale, and Weeknight?
Repeat the question again, Jake.
So which capital city is home to a brewery famed for its beers called Hells, Pale and Weeknight?
London.
Is correct. Camden. Baku is the capital city of which country?
Azerbaijan.
Correct. Which is the oldest capital city in the world that has been constantly lived in?
Damascus.
Is correct. Based on, I'm impressed, I have to say, based on the number of individuals with a net worth of $5 million or more, which is the wealthiest capital city in the world?
Tokyo.
Is correct. In terms of house prices and cost of living, which is the most expensive capital city to live in?
Oslo.
It's correct.
Phil, it's a good job I'm doing this quiz, isn't it?
I'm saying nothing. In which capital city which capital city is the only city in the world where the M of the famous McDonald's logo is not written in yellow, but instead is white? City authorities insisted on this because the city's artists claim that yellow environment is tasteless.
Moscow.
It's incorrect. That's Paris. Which capital city is also known as the Sin City of Asia?
Singapore.
Incorrect. It's actually Bangkok. Where is Port Moresby the capital of?
Is in Caribbean. I'm not sure.
That's neat. It is actually Papua New Guinea. So,
Yeah.
after an absolute stellar start, Sam, in the question I thought you might get wrong, we've got 5, giving us a total currently of 8.
Happy with that.
Good score is that. That leaves pressure now on Fletch to catch up. So, Mr. Fletcher,
Yo,
of your Big Bash teammates,
not my specialist subject, just so you know.
but you did pick people you didn't actually know.
That is very true.
Doesn't help. However, I've been a little bit kinder to you.
Thanks.
Which of your Big Bash teammates once stole Cookie's driving license and then got it taken off him by a bouncer when he was just 16 years old?
George Morris?
Is correct. Which of your teammates got in a scuffle in a game of rugby and came up second, ending up with a fractured eye socket?
Any of them? Murph.
It was actually George Morris.
Oh.
George Morris was once started a fight with a bunch of locals in Wales, but what garment was he wearing?
Is this the George Morris quiz?
It is, mate.
All right, okay. The only one I didn't look up on Facebook. George would have been wearing a dress, no doubt.
He was indeed wearing a dress. However, changing subject, which of your teammates once arrived late to a Saturday training session because he thought he'd actually woken up on Friday?
George Morris.
No, Will Eastle.
All right.
Which of your teammates' dad's favourite TV show was Aerobics Oz Style?
What? Ollie Murph.
Is incorrect. Actually, Tom Massey.
Well, that makes sense.
Mick loves it, apparently. How did Luke Strauss comically pull his calf muscle 2 seasons ago?
Warming up?
No, he did it taking his skinny jeans off after a night out. Which of your teammates arrived to his prom or leavers ball in the last 5 years in a fire truck?
Is he a fireman now?
No, he's not.
All right. Jacob Shrewsbury.
You're on the right line. It was Marcus Pyle.
Ah, I knew it'd be one of them students.
Well, the hint was that his prom was in the last 5 years. Which of your Baildon Big Bash teammates was once described by my sister as the sweetest person she had ever met? I mean, I'm not trying to start a domestic in this place, by the way, so...
Probably not Jonty. Who's nice?
I wouldn't go on that line of thinking.
Oh, you wouldn't? Who's a twat in our team?
No, I'm not giving any more. I'm not giving any hints. I won't listen to what I'm saying.
I will go for Tom Massey.
It's actually Oliver Murph.
Ah, obviously.
Yeah, I asked him to look after her and make sure she went home safe, and apparently he was nothing but a gentle knight.
Shame Jonty's not like that.
So that gives you, for your round, a total of 2 out of 8.
Jesus.
And bringing you to 7 altogether. Now, on to the final one. I loved making this bit of the quiz. We've got... Oh, apparently it'll end in 10 minutes. Oops. We might have to start a new bit of video. Jack Rye, with your specialist subject, the film Hot Fuzz. Using full names only, who owned the swan that went missing in the film?
Mr. Peter Ian Staker.
Mistaken, indeed. Who is the first villager that we see die?
And Martin Blower.
Correct. Very quick. What is the name of the village pub?
The Crown.
Someone has far too much time on their hands. What is the name of the farm that there is a spot of bother at?
Bother up at Elroy Farm.
Is correct. Who played the Santa that stabbed Sergeant Nicholas Angel in the hand?
Peter Jackson.
Let me finish the question. Not the weakest link. Nick Frost was asked to watch 20 action films to prepare for his role. He admitted later that he only watched one, but what was it?
Was it... I don't know. Was it Bad Boys 2?
It was Bad Boys 2. We know it was every year, but what date does the fat ginger kid say his birthday is?
Oh, God, I know this. It's in February. 22nd of February.
Is correct. Who utters the immortal line? So who utters the immortal line, "You want to be a big cop in a small town, fuck off up the model village"?
That is D.I. Andy. Is it Andy Carter?
I'm going to give it, because it is DC Andy Cartwright.
Right. Oh.
And I'm going to give you half a point for it.
Thank you.
So that gives you a total of 7.5 from that round, which brings you to 13.5 entering.
That's quite embarrassing, actually, how much I know of that.
It's impressive or it's embarrassing. I'm not really sure which one it is. Wow. Okay. So we are going to go back to the original. We are now back onto our general knowledge quiz, and we'll get through 1 or 2, and then we might start a new call, if that's all right, fellas, unless it upgrades us for free. And we will go with Fletch first up.
Okay.
So, can you pick a number between 1 and 8? Or can you pick a number either 1, 3, 6, 7, or 8?
7.
Fletch, I did give the warning the other night. This set of questions were picked from a more comical quiz source. What is the correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark?
No idea.
It is an interrobang. The average person does what 13 times a day?
13 times a day. As a drink?
Unfortunately, it's laugh. Unless you work with Phil, and it's not quite 13. Coprastastophobia is the fear of what?
What website you found this shit off? Say it again?
Oh, cheers.
No worries.
Coprastastophobia.
Fuck it, I don't know.
Constipation.
Brilliant.
What were the first ice hockey pucks made out of?
Wood?
Frozen cow pat.
Who's going to know this stuff?
In Texas, it is illegal to put what on your neighbour's cow?
Fucking Jesus. Phil's pissing himself here. Look at this. This is stupid.
You wait till you see the next set of questions. You're all right.
You're making me look thick, though, Matt. Just give me some proper quiz questions. Right, what can you not put on your neighbour's cow? A bell.
Graffiti.
Right, yeah, because that happens a lot. Brilliant.
Apparently in Texas it does.
Yeah.
Look, when you're trying to find 130 quiz questions, it's quite hard.
Yeah.
Which bird is nicknamed the Laughing Jackass?
That's a crow.
It's the kookaburra.
Right.
And who entered a contest to find his own lookalike and came third?
Jesus Christ. I don't know. Brad Pitt.
It was, in fact, Charlie Chaplin.
Right.
Fletch,
Yeah.
you got 0 correct,
No shit.
giving you a total of 7.
I mean, who would have got any on them, Jake? Come on. Silly questions.
Bill did get a couple of those when he was cheating.
Shame he couldn't get his own questions right.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out next, won't we? Because we're going to go over to Phil for your next 7 questions. We've got 3 minutes.
Set number 20, please.
You can have set number 20. Here we go.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure. How many nations were scheduled to host games at Euro 2020 before it was postponed?
14.
12. Nick, Joe, and Kevin are all members of which pop band?
Kevin? Jonas Brothers.
Is correct.
Excellent.
Where have you pulled that from? How did Roxy and Ronnie die in EastEnders?
By a train.
No, they drowned at Roxy's wedding. In Only Fools and Horses, by what name did Trigger always call Rodney?
Oh.
Don't worry, you don't watch TV, you're safe.
Oh.
To push you for an answer, Phil, because we have got 1 minute. 7. We then have the letterbox of 10 Downing Street in London has an inscription that reads, First Lord of what?
England.
Incorrect. The correct answer is the Treasury. What language is spoken in Brazil?
Portuguese.
Correct. And then, what colour is found on 75% of the world's flags?
Red.
Is correct. Phil, that gives you a total of 3 for the round and 8 altogether.
Good set of questions, number 20.
Really good set of questions, if only Parnell had them. Right, fellas, we've got less than 1 minute, so if I quickly set up another one, and then we'll go from there, if that's all right. So, Fab, we're back. Just wait for the last couple the two to join. I think they may have run off and scarpered.
How many's Jack on?
Sam, you need full marks. To stand a chance. However, if Jack chooses Phil, you're sideways, mate.
No.
Just try to get his head in.
Does need a bit of help. And Phil, you can post that picture of our score all you want, but you cheated, so it's absolutely fine. Right, we'll move on in quick succession. Sam, we will come to you next. If you could pick a number between 1 and 8 that isn't 4, 5, 2, 4, 7.
1.
Numero uno. So, which American pop star had back-to-back hits in 2015 with Sorry and Love Yourself?
Justin Bieber.
Is correct. Which artist created Campbell's soup cans in 1962?
Heinz?
It's Andy Warhol.
Oh, artist.
Yeah. Which artist is famous for their work which includes preserved dead animals, including a shark, a sheep, and a cow?
No idea, Joe.
It's Damien Hirst. Which Bond film was released in 2006 starring Daniel Craig?
Casino Royale.
Correct. Can you name 2 of the 6 suspects in Cluedo?
Colonel Mustard and Scarlet Red.
Scarlet, I'll take that. Yep. 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more questions. Can you tell me which of the following Kardashians or Jenners is the oldest? Khloe, Kylie, Kendall, Kim, or Kris?
Kris, she's the mum, isn't she?
She is indeed. You're absolutely correct. And which iconic singer was known as the King?
Elvis.
Is correct. If you watched the other night, Peely did give that away in his explanation of the question, which really annoyed me because it was the next question on the quiz. So, Sam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7 gives you a total of 13. Now, Jack, final round.
Yeah.
You are not yet ahead of Dino to find out if you're the overall mastermind of Baildon.
How many do I need?
You need 2 out of 7.
Could
you please choose a number? Your number you can choose is 3, 6, or 7. No, sorry, 3. Sorry, that's confusing. Choose a number between the. Well, why have I not written 1 there? That's really annoying. Yeah, 3, 4, 6.
I'll go for 3, please.
Far too long to work out. Helsinki is the capital of which country?
Finland.
Correct. Tom Cruise is an outspoken member of which religion?
Scientology.
Is correct. What is the collective name for a group of crows?
I had this come up in a quiz not so long ago.
Enjoy the lockdowns.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember. Pass.
How many Oscars has Leonardo DiCaprio won?
1.
Is correct. What is a baby kangaroo called?
Joey.
Is correct. Which cartoon character lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants is correct. And how many dwarves does Snow White live with?
7.
Fletch, it is all on which questions you pick, I'm afraid.
They were a bit easy, them, Jake.
Those were, but again, anyone could have picked that set of questions.
Oh, my back's hurting from carrying the weight of my team at the moment.
3, 4, 5, 6. Jack Rye, that gives you a total of 19.5.
What's the group of crows called?
A group of crows is called a murder.
Murder.
Murder of crows. So, overtaking Dino and making you Baildon's very own mastermind, and a point for Tesco value is Jack Rye. And combined scores, I can tell you, not that they needed any more help, that with 26.5 to 21, Tesco value also get another bonus point added to their league table, which means when Boris allows, the RFU allow, there is a lot of catching up to do for certain teams trying to catch Tesco value.
Top of the league.
Fellas, thank you very much for your time. Just a little reminder that there is going to be a question of sport, which is a little bit different, a little bit different. That'll be coming out on Saturday. And for those that do end up watching this, I hope you're all well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all when we are allowed. Fellas, thank you for that. Means a lot. Hopefully, some people enjoy watching the old boys be shown up by the young ones, I think is the definition, I think, there. But no, thank you very much for your help, fellas. Great sports, and as I say, look at the draw for the last ones that maybe be a little bit easier for you there, Jack. But yeah, thank you.